gentlemen, to another episode. Let's get right into it.
But what about this brother who allegedly killed the cop because they killed his son?
His son, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about this?
I
Yeah,
do, but
I
I don't.
did.
I
don't know enough about it, but
Yeah.
Can we find out who this guy is? I want to donate some money to him.
yeah, for sure.
I want to donate some money to him. I can imagine what he's going through.
Man.
And if the story is what we heard, where he's trying to avenge his son, listen, man, we've been slaughtered and nothing happens.
He ain't lying.
For years.
Right.
This man is about his family. When that boy got killed in St. Louis, what's his name? The boy who they tried to. Man, I don't remember the boy where they left him out there on the ground.
Mike Brown, yeah.
Yeah, Mike Brown. When they left him out there on the ground to bleed out, that's what the police do. The police are trained to put the handcuffs on you. You know when the handcuffs on you, you're going to bleed out.
Right.
Because your muscles is doing this.
Right.
I know how scandalous these cops have been taught to be toward a black man.
I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Right.
And I'm not trying to turn the whole police force against me, but I'm just saying, I know what they do. If that man is in jail for handling his business, I'm not rich, but I want to send him something, and I hope a lot of people send him something. I hope a lot of people send him something because he did not do nothing that I feel like is what a parent with the heart to do it would do. Like if they killed his son, is the story right that he got the guys who killed his son?
I don't think he got the exact cop that killed his son, but
Oh no?
No.
See, I want to know more about this story because I
'cause
know
I heard
some
conflicting-
people will ride for theirs.
And I also heard some conflicting stories about what initiated the stuff too with the kid. So I'm not.
I don't know the whole story. I don't
Yeah.
know the whole story. But if you are a black father who is not going to let somebody just take your son's life for nothing, because what was the kid
Yeah.
for?
I don't know what the kid was for.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know enough about it, but I want to know what happened because me sending that man a couple of stacks might be something to help get him through with some of the things that he is. But can we find out who this man is and find out more of the facts about what happened?
If that's true, yeah, we got to get the right.
He had
yeah.
GoFundMe and they took it down. I believe that. I believe that because, see, when you go against the cops, no matter what, you were wrong.
I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here.
What they say? Rodney Hinton Jr. struck and killed a county deputy with his car on Friday. We don't know if this is true or not. We're just trying to see. A day after his son Ryan was fatally shot by a Cincinnati police officer on a call about a stolen car. Authorities said the crash appeared to be intentional. Now a GoFundMe raiser has been set up for the father-son duo with a goal of $50,000. First of all, I don't understand. Why did they say a father-son duo if the young man has passed?
Because they probably trying
They're saying the story, right.
It happened the day after.
It's
Okay.
all kind of
Yeah,
connected,
so the
right?
father killed the dude the day after his son was killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, do you know losing a son is not something that people can just be like, oh, I chalk it up to the game? When you take somebody's son, now I would love to hear what people have to say about this. If somebody takes your son, you're supposed to take them out.
You gonna learn today.
I don't know all the details of the story. Did he kill a random cop? If he killed a random cop, I can't co-sign that.
Right.
But if he got the people who got his son,
Right, the action.
I'm not saying nothing, but it's a natural father's reaction.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's the natural. Look, if you kill my son, you took my future. You took my future. What am I here for now? You took my future. So I'm going to do things to stand on something. That's what we say where we from. Or I'm saying, like, I understand why he stood on something. Now, I'm going to find out more about this story. But if he did something like, okay, there's the guy, and I'm finna get him, I don't want to hear nothing about another black man being bad. You can't be taking our sons like that without us ever doing anything about it.
I did it for me. But I'm a man, goddammit. I ain't no motherfucking bootlicking trustee.
What did they say in the yellow right there? When you touch someone's son, all portions of history, it has always been a declaration of war. You didn't touch no one's son unless you were prepared for war. RSG, OSO, flawless. I mean, like, I understand what he's saying right there. I'm not with chaos, but I am with an eye for an eye. I understand that when it comes to your son is dead.
Yeah.
You got to bury your son. Okay. That's what that goes back to the world in chaos. If we wasn't all in chaos, we may have been able to walk him through what he needed to walk through, where his life isn't over now. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We may have been able to talk to the brother and find another way. Another way is all kinds of things. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But your life doesn't have to be over right now. You can do what you need to do or what should be done in other ways. That's why we need our camaraderie amongst the brothers. When something happens, you need to be able to go and turn to your brother. But we all living in these separate lives. Damn, is that his lawyer? Because that lawyer looked just like that Republican black cop who used to be on talking bad about black people.
Yeah, no, that's not that.
That's not the cop.
Oh, okay.
The cop is light skinned, lighter.
Was he?
Well,
Looked
yeah,
like the same dude. What's
talking
that cop
about
out of Milwaukee? I think that's
The
I don't know
sheriff
his-
dude.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
But anyway, man, I'm just saying, man, we are out here, we walking around, but at any minute we can get pulled over by the law and be violated. If you are black in America and you've been black for 30 years, you know what I'm talking about. You're going to get violated by these officers of the law. In fact, they have officers who come forward and say, we are trained to violate you. You don't have rights. You don't have the same thing that the people in Beverly Hills have. So when we see you, we know in all likelihood we'll get away with what we do with you.
Message! Message! Message!
It's time to stop letting our children be slaughtered. It's time to stop letting our children be raised without a mother and father. It's time to step up and realize this way the world is going is not good for the people of morality. As soon as I see that cop who's whispering right there, I think bad. I think foul. That's my experience with guys like that. Guys like that have always done me wrong and gotten away with it. That cop right there, it just looks bad to me. When I see them talking like that, I know they're about to try something.
Indeed.
All right, this is a very sensitive subject for a lot of people, black and white, parents and non-parents. But my question that I'm posing is, what would you do? Because it's easy to talk crap, talk reckless behind the internet about what you think somebody else should have done when you don't have that same adrenaline, emotions, connection. Even though we should. Just because he's a random young man that we don't know per se, that don't mean that we should feel disconnected like, oh, that's him, or speak ill of the dead and all of that. I got two clips I want y'all to see. Somebody who's in support of the father, Rodney Hinton Jr., when it comes to the murder of his son, Ryan. And then I have a clip of someone who is completely against what Rodney Hinton Jr. did. So we're going to look at that, and then we're going to come back.
All right, so I want to talk about the situation with Rodney Hinton Jr. real quick. If you don't know who Rodney Hinton Jr. is, it is this man right here. Now, if you don't know the story of what is going on with Mr. Hinton here, Basically, police were looking for a stolen vehicle. Upon finding said stolen vehicle, 4 people ran out of said vehicle after they were found sleeping in it. One of them were Mr. Hinton's son. Now, police claimed that while chasing down Mr. Hinton's son, that his son turned around and brandished a firearm, pointing it at the officer, which the officer responded by firing 4 shots at his son. Afterwards, Rodney Hinton Jr. and his wife went down to the police station to kind of get some clarity and some closure and watch the police cam body footage. Upon watching said body footage, they found that what the officer had claimed was not true, and in fact, their son did not brandish a firearm, and the police officer had shot their son in the back 4 times. Later, in a blinded rage, Rodney Hinton Jr. ran down and crashed his car into a sheriff's deputy. My only critique of Mr. Rodney Hinton Jr.'s actions was that he didn't run down the police officer who shot his son. However, to give a slight caveat, if I was in his shoes, I probably would have made the exact same decisions he made. Because as a white man, I do not know what it is like to have the system systemically target people who look like me. As a father, if someone had gunned down my child, I would be targeting the entire system.
Are upset, and I'm talking about the people of the melanin, are upset because these cops are mugging him, upset with him, responding in solidarity because this fool killed one of their police officers. This dad, woo, Jesus, help us. This dad raised a dirtbag who was fleeing police in a stolen vehicle. He goes on they chase him out of the vehicle. He's running. They're giving him commands, telling him to drop the gun. He has a gun. Boom, boom, boom. Shooting occurs. The police are claiming that he pointed the gun at them. Dad gets access to the body-worn camera. After he watches the body-worn camera, which I would argue probably will show a justifiable shooting, he then takes his vehicle and rams into an officer who had nothing to do with this incident and kills him, and essentially also losing his life. Now, as a father, I understand the hurt, the pain it would cause you to lose your son. But at some point, you got to take accountability that you raised a boy who in a stolen vehicle with a gun in his possession. The boy's only 18 years old, so he don't have a legal right to own a gun. Now, the body camera doesn't show everything, but the body camera will show in part that there was a stolen vehicle and there was a pursuit that took place and a shooting. Roll the clip.
In the deputy's death, he was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, the Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy dies. The CPD homicide unit investigating both the death of the deputy killed today and the death of the 18-year-old shot by police.
I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
Look like we do have a body-worn camera. Let's see. This will give me a little more clarity. Now, I'll say this. If the cops are wrong, that still doesn't give you the right to run over some random cop because you mad. And watch the full press conference. I just get emotional when I think about these men, these innocent men and women who get killed for no reason. The man just retired and he got ran over because his son wanted to be a thug. Pretty much what happens is you see him when he get out of the car, he had a gun in his hand. They show the gun on the ground in his hand. And then he takes off running. Now,
so again, you've seen opposing opinions. What would you do? Me, I have 2 sons, so I more so side with the father. I think the biggest issue in this case, a lot of people, black and white, feel like he didn't get the murderer. He got an innocent cop. And I use that word very lightly, innocent and cop together, because I don't even know if it's a such thing, especially in America, especially when it comes to the dynamic between black people and white people in policing. Black people are not policing white neighborhoods on a mass scale, but white people police black neighborhoods on a mass scale. Okay, like Corey said, if you 30 and up, you know what it is. You've had an encounter. Some of y'all may not know me, but I had an encounter with the police when I was very young, like 18, 19, and they mistook me for a man because I had a hoodie on and was riding in my boyfriend, now husband's, old school car. And they were super aggressive when they thought I was a man. It wasn't hand on their gun, everything routine, traffic violation, like I'm legal, I don't have no drugs, nothing crazy. I think I had a cracked windshield. No, my car was too raggedy to be in the white people neighborhood. And so that was the reason for the stop. Once they got closer to the car and realized I was a woman, everything was a wrap. I didn't get no ticket. I ain't have to show proof of insurance. Just don't bring your raggedy car back out in the white people neighborhood again. And that was just my little encounter to make me be way more sympathetic to the black man. But we all know what it is. We don't even have to really spend a lot of time on trying to convince you to see things a certain way. You know what it is. Now, you may be one of those people who are very patriotic, you're very understanding, and you want to give grace and mercy to the police. They put their life on the line, etc. But for me, and a lot of people who like me, we're tired of this because marching ain't doing nothing. Singing songs ain't doing nothing. Letting Black Lives Matter represent us while they make millions and buy real estate, that ain't helping us. Nothing or no one, and no political seed, no activist, no celebrity is stopping the police from unaliving unarmed black people. But let's go deeper into the case. A lot of lies was told about this case. Because first we was told that the young brother had stole a car. We've heard some contradicting stories about this car wasn't even stolen. It wasn't even his car. We've heard it was just behind on payments and maybe like in a repossession phase, not stolen. We heard that there was no gun, not even a gun to even be pointed because there was not one at all. And that this young brother was shot in the back while trying to run away, which is not a crime worthy of being unalive. None of them. Even if the car was stolen, even if you run away from the police, they don't have the green light to kill you because you run away from them. So with so many conflicting stories and lack of evidence, what about the other young men? It was 2 or 3 other young men in the car. Where they at? Why we ain't heard from them? Why they can't talk? Why was so many police officers allowed to be in the courtroom when his dad went for preliminary hearings? Why was so many police in there trying to intimidate this man? What happened to an eye for an eye? If you're a Christian, Baptist, Methodist, that means you believe in the Bible. Y'all know that's in the Bible, right? An eye for an eye. Like Corey said, you know it's in the Bible if you unalive someone, their son is going to grow up and avenge them. It's in all of the movies. Y'all know that's a thing, right? Nobody else sings and marches but us. That's what we taught to do, sing and march. So again, what would you do? And my last point is the father supposedly went to see the body cam and saw that there was no weapon and his son getting shot in the back while trying to run away. And then right after that, he did what he did. So again, what would you do? Emotions are high, adrenaline. He lost his son. He feels helpless and hopeless because who's really there to support him? Who gonna help him? Do America care about a young black man? Like, let's keep it real. They don't care. They even aggressive on the women now. Anybody can get it. Our children can get it. Nobody's gonna come and save us and protect us. And nobody else of any other nation would expect their family to just lay down and take it. That's what they want us to do. And now he's painted to be the bad guy because he took a life. But the police took a life of a very young man who ain't even really get to live his life. So I'm going to end this video here because this one got a lot of people in their feelings and emotions. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Till the next time, I will catch you in the next episode. Peace out.